The whole world is afraid of going to war with China. India should not do this foolish thing. India, ranked fourth in military power. How far behind China is it? Now we will compare the military power of China and India from Huawei to Dung chips. Look at the aviation. One is a specialist fighter, the other is a hexagon fighter. The Indian Air Force is a laughingstock in aviation. From 1947 to 2025, India shot down more than 2,500 aircraft, including 1,126 fighter jets, more than 1,200 transport aircraft, and hundreds of trainers and helicopters. The worst is the Indian Air Repair Department. 80% of the aircraft they repaired were destroyed. After an upgrade in 2019, the Mirage 2000 crashed during a test flight at the military airport in Bangalore, killing 2 pilots. India's Tejas can fight 5 against 1 J-20, but the result is clear to everyone. In the recent Pak-India conflict, China's exported J-10C ground the Indian aircraft to the ground, not to mention China's J-20 stealth fighter. The Indian Army, the world's largest T-90 tanks, are so powerful that they fly themselves. In 2019, the T-90's barrel exploded during training, killing soldiers from the shock wave. In 2020, India sent T-90 tanks to the northern mountainous areas to show its strength. However, the T-90 tanks could not operate at high altitudes because they were built for the plains of Eastern Europe, could not be refueled on time, and lost mobility, becoming permanent targets. Indian soldiers offer flowers and dung cakes to the tank, praying for blessings. This is not a joke. Dung is sacred in India, and this T-90 is imported from Russia. The losses of Russia's T-90 tanks in the Russia-Ukraine war are a measure of India's strength. Look at the Chinese army. The 99A tank can stop armor-piercing shells. The cannon range is 2 kilometers longer than the Indian T-90. The range and accuracy of the fire control system further enhance the combat capability of the Chinese tank. A heavy Kanoshrein. The brigade can defeat the entire Indian army. India's self-built Vikrant aircraft carrier is interesting. Launched in 2005, it leaked water 3 times. They say it is self-built, but the radar is Israeli, the engine is American, and the rest is Russian. Even more surprising, in 2018, the Vikrant was contaminated with waste. In 2018, there was a gas explosion at the Cochin shipyard. 200 tons of waste fell on the Vikrant. A total of 21 people died. 16 died instantly from the explosion and toxic gas. 5 died from excessive methane inhalation. The Vikrant's deck was contaminated, the equipment was damaged, and it was delayed until 2022. The Chinese Navy's 0.55-ton destroyer, which everyone must have heard of, is the most powerful destroyer in the world. It can fire 128 missiles at once. Shandong can circle India 3 times. When the Vikrant meets the Chinese fleet, fuel shortage, loss, or explosion can create a funny scene. Someone may say, "Why are you laughing at others? This is not a joke. This is all reality." The strangest is the Indian cow dung chip presented by the National Livestock Committee in 2020. Putting it in a mobile phone prevents radiation and viruses. Indians say cow urine cures all diseases. So the cow dung chip is definitely high-tech, but in practical testing, the phone board burned, the processing and calculator also stopped. Their cattle shield production line was also shut down due to bacteria. The United States disposed of it. While Huawei's Kirin chip uses technology like 3D packaging. There are 15.3 billion transistors in a chip. 1 billion bits are calculated in only 0.7 seconds, and it runs stably in electromagnetic tests. There is a big difference in the technical performance and production of the two. Who should you compare the third brother's chip with? India always seeks problems from China, but every time it is defeated and runs away, especially in the 1962 Sino-Indian War. At that time, India was constantly creating problems on the border. They wanted to annex Tibet, wanted to make Sichuan a neutral country, and were also asking for the supervision of their army. India took advantage of China's weakness and fired the first shot. Under such oppression, China had to take only defensive action. Before the war, the Indian army thought that one could kill 10, but Our army defeated them within a month. Many decades have passed. It seems that the third brother has stood up again. This time, after the ceasefire in the Indo-Pak conflict, an Indian retired general made a strong statement. He would rather fight China than fight Pakistan because Pakistan uses Chinese weapons better. He said that China has no real war experience. It is easy to fight China. Is this true? To be honest, with China's current strength, if there is a technology war, India may not be able to last even 3 days. This is not to underestimate India. In fact, many of our modern weapons have not been revealed yet. Only India's ballistic missiles are terrifying. They don't know where they will fall after being fired. They can even blow themselves up. Therefore, friends, from India's technology to shoot down planes to dung chips, everything is a brain trick. China's technology works silently. They are experts in ships, fighter jets, and chips. Some users joke that if India really wants to fight China, it should first reduce the rate of plane shooting down and nominate dung chips for the Nobel Prize. After all, only India can do this strange thing.